company that brings thousands of students to MU every day is not happy with the university after a threat on campus yesterday. Good evening, I'm Savannah Rudisell.
And I'm Jordan Berger. The bus service says it was left in the dark, not knowing it was sending drivers and students into a campus dealing with an active threat. KMU 8's Aaron Ladd joins us in the studio to show us how the university's new policies will affect the shuttle service.
Jordan, Greenway Shuttles has 14 buses with nearly 10,000 riders per day. But its owner told me without access to the university's emergency monitoring system, riders are left out of the loop. MU Alert notified students and faculty of an active threat on campus yesterday around 11:30 a.m. Despite servicing 20 different apartment complexes across Columbia, Greenway says MU would not let them in because the service was exclusively for faculty and students. I spoke with one Greenway driver who said conflicting reports put drivers in limbo.
Very important. I should have heard about it before anybody, I think, being that I was driving the bus. Because, I got other people's kids on the bus. I don't want to put them in harm's way.
Now, MU issued a statement this afternoon detailing improvements to its emergency monitoring system. The updates include opening up mass notifications to anyone, like parents and Greenway Shuttles. For more information on the changes and how to opt in for alerts, head over to KOMU.com. In the studio, Aaron Ladd, KOMU 8 News.
Aaron, thank you so much. Today, multiple MU students are speaking out on how they feel their professors handled the active threat on campus yesterday. Many students were in class when the first alert went out. Some students said their professors kept teaching as if nothing was going on. Others felt frustrated when their professors didn't know what to do.
It's sad to me to know that a 19-year-old student has been through this threat training when it seems that some of the faculty does not, and they're going with outdated practices.
MU spokesperson Christian Basie says right now there is no requirement for MU professors to take any sort of active threat training.
As we said earlier, MU sent an email with an action plan for future responses to emergency situations. The university says safety is its top priority. MU officials plan to meet with members of various campus groups for feedback. It wants to develop a policy for class attendance during these kinds of situations. It will also evaluate training for faculty, staff, and students and conduct safety drills for each building on campus. A high school student in Fulton faces charges of making a terrorist threat. 17-year-old Gage Quick was accused of sending out a threatening Snapchat. Police say the photo showed Quick showing off a pistol. He captioned the photo saying, "Y'all better be ready for what's going down when I get back to school." Police arrested Quick late last night after school administration reported it. Quick is out of jail after someone posted bond. For the past few weeks, public defenders across the state have said they are too overbooked to accept new cases and simply stopped taking them. The state Supreme Court weighed in yesterday. KMU 8's Nick Allen joins us in the studio to tell us about its decision.
Hours away from mid-Missouri in Stoddard County, one such attorney refused 3 new cases, much to the chagrin of prosecutor Russ Oliver. Oliver's response was to ask the Missouri Supreme Court to take a stance on the issue.
The Missouri Supreme Court ruled yesterday that public defenders may not refuse new cases without express permission from county judges. David Wallace, head of the Boone County Public Defender's Office, says this move will not solve the problem of overworked attorneys, but money will.
It's not give us more money to pay us, it's give us more money to hire more attorneys. I believe we're the 49th lowest funded state in the nation when it comes to public defense. That should be embarrassing to everybody.
Wallace says he hears all the time about the state wanting to build more prisons and jails like the one you can see behind me right now. However, he says Missouri would be much better off if it took the money that it would use to do that and instead hire more public defense attorneys.
Not everyone, however, was discouraged by the Supreme Court's ruling.
I think the message that it sends is that the process is working, that this requires not only the input of our local judiciary and our local bar, but at a statewide level and perhaps even at a national level in order to come to grips with this problem.
With the ruling, that Stoddard County attorney will now have to take the 3 cases he refused.
For the past month, Boone County Judge Kevin Crane has appointed private attorneys to handle the overload at the Public Defender's Office, but said Thursday he has no plans to continue that process in the future. From the studio, Nick Allen, KOMU 8 News.
Nick, thank you. The Columbia Board of Education decided it will use its 2 votes to vote against the Broadway Hotel TIF request. The TIF was proposed for the construction of a second hotel tower. If passed, developers would receive a property tax break, and the money would go back into the development of the tower. The president of the board said the project is a good idea, but they are focused on how property taxes can help fund things like schools and libraries.
We support economic development in Columbia. We want good paying jobs and we want growth. But in this case, we believe that those things can happen without the public dollars.
The TIF Commission will vote on a recommendation for the Columbia City Council on October 30th, and the City Council will have the final say.
Amazon is looking for a city for its second headquarters, and it's a pretty attractive grab for one city because the company promises to invest $5 billion. KMUA's Jasmine Willis tells us about Missouri's proposal and why some think Amazon might go elsewhere.
Missouri officials announced their proposal to attract Amazon's second headquarters to Missouri. The proposal encourages Amazon to consider St. Louis or Kansas City and expand across what's being called an innovation corridor to the other city in the future. The proposal includes the hyperlink, which, if the state wins the project, could connect St. Louis, Columbia, and Kansas City in just 25 minutes. System President Moon Choi says he supports the proposal and says it will be beneficial for students.
Well, we're very excited about the governor's proposal to attract Amazon to the state of Missouri. And the proposal is a comprehensive proposal that will improve our economic development activities, but also provide opportunities for students in the University of Missouri system to participate in outstanding careers in a place like Amazon.
But one environmental organization says Missouri's proposal does not include sustainable energy, something Amazon says it's committed to.
Amazon's very clear when they're looking for a location to put this second headquarters. They're looking for a place that's going to give them access to renewable energy.
Amazon promises the headquarters will bring 50,000 jobs, but ON says states like Iowa and Nebraska already have wind and solar energy, and that Amazon will be attracted to states that are able to compete with renewable energy.
Right now, Missouri does not. Missouri and the utilities that we have here rely a lot on coal. They rely a little bit more on nuclear. Their wind and solar capacity is not really where it should be.
Jasmine Willis, KMU8 News, Columbia.
Owen says the upcoming legislative session gives lawmakers and leaders an opportunity to make it easier for businesses to purchase renewable energy and give incentives to utility companies to provide this for customers. The Fulton Medical Center has been through its ups and downs in the past few months, from closing to staying open and now a new owner. KMU8's Sarah McDowell is live in Fulton, where the CEO just updated the community.
The new CEO of the Fulton Medical Center announced this evening that the center will have a new name. The new name will be the Christian Memorial Hospital of Callaway County by about December. The CEO, who used to be the head of the nursing at the hospital, met with the community tonight to answer questions and give an update on the center. A few months back, the Fulton Medical Center was supposed to close at the end of September. CEO Isabel Schmedeman admitted the hospital is struggling in some areas, but is excited for the future of the hospital. Schmedeman also says when she was asked to be CEO, it was the first time in weeks she was excited to go to work since receiving the letter that the center was closing.
This hospital was like sewing a garment, and I hadn't finished the seams yet. And so now this is the opportunity to finish that garment.
Schmedeman says she's not aware of any concerns of the financial stability of the new owners to keep the doors open of the hospital. Reporting live in Fulton, Sarah McDowell, KOMU8 News.
We saw sunshine again today, and it was a little bit warmer. Let's check in with Kenton for a look at the weekend forecast.
Thank you very much. Check out these temperatures here. Highs getting close to 80 today. 78 degrees the high temperature in Columbia, and cooling down for our night. We're only getting down into the 50s, into the middle 50s here by sunrise. As you can see, the next couple days we're still going to be warm. High temperatures in the 70s. We're at 76 degrees on our Friday. A few more clouds out there tomorrow and some winds as well. Gusts up to about 20, maybe 25 miles an hour. And then on Saturday, some gusts up to 30, possibly 35 miles an hour. So a lot of wind expected on Saturday especially, but we are mostly dry during the daytime, and we should see some sunshine mixed in with that cloud cover too. And then we have a cold front rolling through on Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's going to give us shower and thunderstorm activity. I'm tracking that hour by hour, and we'll look ahead to next week too, when we have a big cool down ahead, some of the coolest weather we've had so far this season. That's all coming up after the break.
A controversial speaker visited a Florida university today. Why he attracted so many protesters. Coming up.
And how Hurricane Harvey is still causing problems in Texas. That's later in the show.
Welcome back to KMUR 8 News at 9 o'clock here on Mid-Missouri CW. Here is a time-lapse from Jefferson City today. Beautiful sunrise out there. A lot of blue sky, too. And wind's not moving around too much. We had high temperatures getting into the upper 70s, around 80. It was 80 for the high temperature in the capital city today. Didn't see too many clouds in the sky, and a beautiful sunset, of course, as well. And now if we look at our winter outlook, this came out from NOAA today, and it's obviously a very early outlook, but first of all, looking at temperatures that we're expecting here, cooler temperatures up to the northwest. We have a slight La Nina pattern here moving in for the winter, which is kind of the opposite of El Nino. We're looking also at warmer conditions down south. We're looking fairly average, though, here in mid-Missouri. Looking at precipitation, we're getting closer to a wetter condition. You can see in this green, getting just along the Mississippi River here. So we'll kind of have to see that, and even if we were wetter, is that going to be rain? Is that going to be snow? Is that going to be ice? We, again, can't tell you right now. That's really a week before a system moves in that we can tell you what's going on. But this is a nice overall look at what's happening there, and also drier conditions throughout the entire winter down south. Otherwise, satellite and radar currently, you can see just a few light clouds starting to roll in here. We will see more cloud cover tomorrow on our Friday than we have all week long. This high pressure, though, is still dominating our area. High pressure being that stable atmosphere. We are waiting for unstable atmosphere to move in, though. That's that cold front that's just moving into the northwest. We've been talking about it all week here, and it's finally moving inland. You can see clear skies, though, tonight. Tomorrow, we are going to see a few more of those clouds on our Friday, but still a warm day for us overall. A little breezy as well, gusts up to 20, maybe 25 miles an hour. Here's Saturday, 7:30 a.m., just in time for the homecoming parade here in Columbia. We're going to see a mix of sunshine and cloud cover, but temperatures warmer there for the homecoming parade, definitely for this time of year. By the afternoon, high temperatures get it into the upper 70s, some possibly around 80 in the afternoon on Saturday, depending on that cloud cover. A bit breezy on Saturday, too, if not windy. And then here's 9 p.m. You can see this cold front finally moving in. It has showers and thunderstorms with it. Not expecting severe weather here, but we could be seeing heavy rainfall and also thunder and, of course, lightning at the same time. So we'll keep you updated if that decides to get any more severe, but at this point, it's just going to be some thunderstorm activity that we're expecting with that heavy rainfall. This is 1:30 a.m. as we head towards sunrise on Sunday. Still some showers hanging around, but those will exit throughout the morning. And by the mid-afternoon, we are dry, and we're going to start to see some sunshine out there to end our weekend. We have cooler temperatures behind that looking ahead to next week. But right now, the homecoming forecast for Saturday told us to be warmer. 60 degrees is the temperature, really the low temperature for our Saturday morning. So considering this time of year, that's about 15 degrees above average. So can't get much better for a 7:30 a.m. parade. 78 degrees then by the afternoon. By the end of the game, we'll have more cloud cover again in the afternoon. And then we have those showers and thunderstorms as we head into those overnight hours, especially late into the evening and then into early Sunday morning. 53 for our low temperature tonight, though. South winds about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Don't forget, we have a meteor shower going on. If you look towards the southeastern sky, you're going to be able to see Orion here. This is Orion's belt, and then Orion also, of course, right along with that. If you look just to the east of Orion, this is where you're going to be seeing the meteor shower actually taking place. Then tomorrow, our high temperature is expected to be 76 degrees. Some gusts up to about 20 miles an hour there. And looking ahead into the weekend, we're at 78 on Saturday, 65 on Sunday. Again, that rain ending by the afternoon. And check out next week. On Tuesday, we're at 58 degrees for a high temperature, 57 on Wednesday. And a bit breezy there, too, if not windy on Tuesday, with gusts up to 35 miles an hour possible. So definitely a big turnaround heading deep into fall next week.
Finally, time to break out those coats.
Yes, probably want to.
This weekend we'll stay nice and warm.
Some might say toasty in the sun. Yeah.
Thanks, Kenton.
Yeah.
Hurricane Harvey blew through Texas almost 2 months ago, but it's still causing problems in the Lone Star State. That's after the break. happening right now. Just minutes ago, the Senate passed a budget blueprint that would protect a proposed $1.5 trillion tax cut from a Democratic filibuster. The blueprint includes an amendment that allows Senate to pass a possible tax bill with 51 votes rather than the usual 60. The House could pick up the budget as early as next week. The budget resolution also allows the opening up of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska to oil exploration. Crews in Houston are struggling to repair a broken sewer pipe because Hurricane Harvey's rains have made the ground unstable. More than 300,000 gallons of wastewater spilled into the Buffalo Bayou after riverbank collapsed and broke the pipe. Officials say Houston's drinking water is still safe, but they're urging people who live near the spill with private wells to boil their water before using it.
Hundreds of protesters gathered on the University of Florida campus today ahead of a planned speech from a white supremacist. University officials originally denied Richard Spencer's request to speak, but allowed him to come when he threatened to sue. Demonstrators who attended the event booed and tried to drown out the speaker.
What I am saying is going to change the world, and therefore you all want to stop it.
Florida's governor declared a state of emergency ahead of the event, fearing violence could break out.
They're starting the season off in an unorthodox place.
Might as well get used to different settings. That's next in sports.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Hello, everybody. The Chiefs suffered their first loss of the season Sunday to the Steelers, now one of just two one-loss teams in the league. Kansas City headed to Oakland for Thursday night football. Yes, it's Thursday night, Kenton Jawicki's favorite night of the week. Big night in Oakland. Raiders in all white. The Chiefs had their all-red look going first quarter. Harrison Butker, a 53-yard field goal. It is good, the longest of his career. And Butker's made all his kicks so far for the Chiefs. 3-zip KC later. Look at this. Long ball from Derek Carr to Amari Cooper for the touchdown. Flag was initially thrown, but they ruled it was incidental contact. The Raiders up 7-3. Still in the first. Chiefs driving. Alex Smith to Travis Kelce, the tight end. A leaping grab. 10-yard TD. Chiefs back on top. 10-7. But then the Raiders would go back to their man. Amari Cooper, the wide receiver, takes a short pass from Carr and will do the rest himself. Turns on the Jets, and there he goes. Touchdown, Raiders. What a ball game this is in Oakland. 21-20, Raiders over the Chiefs in the third quarter. Full highlights at 10 over on Channel 8. The Mizzou soccer team hosted number 1 ranked South Carolina. The Tigers desperate for a victory with just one in their last 6 games. Pink out tonight at Walton Stadium for breast cancer awareness. Sarah Lubert for Missouri has just been outstanding. The former Jefferson City High product, there she is, and here she comes again looking for a goal, but a wonderful save. A diving stop by the keeper keeps her off the scoreboard. Carolina comes back 15th minute. Grace Fisk, beautiful goal. The header could not be kicked off the line. 1-0 South Carolina. Gamecocks added another. They win 2-0, and Missouri suffers a shutout loss for the first time since September 1st. Well, they will open their season in the Mizzou softball stadium November 4th, weather permitting, and today the Mizzou wrestling team practiced in another unusual place, the MU Student Center. Practice open to the public, meaning to showcase to students what to expect from the Tiger Grapplers this year. Missouri picked to win the Mid-America Conference Championship. 9 Tigers are ranked among the top 4 of their respective weight class.
This team's been here all summer preparing, so it's fun that when we're starting our first day of practice, I feel like we're at mid-season, the type of shape and the way we're drilling and doing things. So it's definitely a talented team that has prepared itself. Now it's just, now you want to get to the season.
I want to win. I want to win nationals. I mean, that's the ultimate goal every year. But for anybody on the team is that they want to win nationals. So that's my goal.
And that's sports.
Now here's a look at what we're following for KMU8 News at 10. Target 8 investigates a contractor who didn't get the job done.
Customers say he took thousands from them. Where the contractor is now, it's coming up later tonight. Kenton?
And tomorrow morning, we're starting off in the 50s. We're at 53 degrees by sunrise, 76 in the afternoon. More cloud cover by the afternoon and in the evening as well, but we will be dry and fairly warm for a week 10 of Friday Night Fever. 68 degrees there to start off the game, at 64 by the end of the game. We're at 78 for the high temperature on Saturday. A warm one for Mizzou as well, but we are going to stay pretty much dry during the daytime, and then we have those showers and thunderstorms by late evening continuing into Sunday morning, exiting off and leaving behind much cooler air. We're in the 60s Sunday and Monday, but 50s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Some lows get into the upper 30s there too, as you can see, and a bit breezy there, as you can really winds about 25 miles an hour at most over really the rest of the week.
And this is your last week of Friday Night Fever, right? Is that next week?
Nope, this is it. This is it. We'll still cover the playoffs, of course, but this is the last hurrah for the dog and pony show that we call Friday Night Fever.
Have a good night.